Popping, everybody! My name is Eden, and welcome back to the Original Fashion Tarot channel. Today's video will be on Cancer, who in the Greek mythos roughly equates to Poseidon, the god of the sea, Earthshaker, Stormbringer, father of forces, and my personal favorite of the Olympian gods. Generally a pretty nice guy, as a matter of fact. Unless you really piss him off, he's generally actually a pretty nice, chill guy. He's the kind of guy you'll see on a nice beach somewhere in a Hawaiian shirt and khakis. Just chilling with a mimosa or something, nice little drink, chilling in his hand, relaxing. Hope we're all having a wonderful Thursday when this goes out, Cancer. Hope we're all having a wonderful Thursday. And without much further ado, let's get into this, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Starting off, Medusa's Gaze. Not exactly the best card you could have started with. Excuse me. There might have been a misunderstanding between you and somebody else. Somebody might have misunderstood you, so you might have misunderstood somebody else. But the main part of this card, I feel, is the misunderstanding. That's just a vibe I get from it today. There is a misunderstanding present in this reading. Not particularly good of a start. Closest acquaintance? Pythia's Vision. Wow. Okay. I'm beginning to get the idea here. So, you, right now, I believe at least, are focused on the here and now. You're focused on the present. You're focused here. You're focused right now. This friend of yours here, maybe it's a lover, maybe it's somebody else, they're focused on the future. They'll focus 5, 6, 7 moves ahead. You are not. And that's where you guys are having disagreements. You might not really be that concerned about the future, while they are very concerned about the future. Two very different realms here, trying to come together. It's like oil and water. Question is, can you mix them? Where's your head at? Atlas's Respite. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. You don't want to be burdened by thoughts of the future right now. Because right now, life is good. Peace is everywhere. Life is great. You've got a great person in your life here. You're happy. They're happy. Like, we're happy. And things are good. The problem here, in my eyes, is that, you don't want to focus on the future right now. But they do. You have a fundamental disagreement there. You two have to come to a compromise. You two have to meet in the middle. And that's the basis of any good relationship. Meeting in the middle, compromising, coming up with a solution that works for the both of you. What's around you? Cat Symphony. Yep. You're a bit of a wild child, aren't you? Cancer, you are a bit of a wild child. You are out in the world, you're doing things, you're enjoying life, you're living in the here and now. They are not so much. They are, more reserved, focusing on their future, getting jobs, looking for promotions. They're focused on the future. You're in the present. That's the theme of this reading, is time. The big theme of this reading is time. And not the good kind of time either. Kind of time that can break down anything. Time will be the end of this all, eventually. What do you want? Cerberus's Watch. Wow. Okay. You do want to look towards your future, but you don't want to look towards it too much right now. You don't want to be obsessed with the future like this person in your life. They're not necessarily obsessed with it. They're just a little more dedicated to it than you are. And I think the misunderstanding here is that you think they're obsessed with the future when they're not. They think you're obsessed with the present, which you're also not. What you two need to do is sit down with each other at a nice little table, a little picnic, something like that. You two need to sit down and have a talk about this and realize that neither of the two of you are in the extremes. You're just pushing the boundaries a little bit of what you can do in each area. And that's good. But what you two need to realize is that that's what you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're not going too far with it. Neither of you is going too far with it. Who's advising you? Ariadne's thread. Yeah. Yep. Your friend here, or your lover, or whoever they may be, is telling you that you need to trust them. You need to trust them and trust the process and trust their vision for the future. There needs to be trust in this relationship. Above all else, that's the foundation of any good relationship is trust. Trust builds relationships. If that trust isn't there, there is no relationship. Cancer, there is no relationship if there is no trust. You two need to talk this out. Badly. You really do. What's your dilemma? Electra's resolve. Yeah. No. You two really need to talk this out because this is hurting your relationship. This is really, really hurting your relationship. And you don't want this relationship to be hurting. Right now, you two are mellowed out. You two are both sad that you're not talking to each other. You two are both upset that this has torn you asunder from each other. Because this is something so simple. It's so basic. Cancer, this is basic stuff now. This is just talking out. Just seriously, this is hurting you both beyond belief. You two have got to freaking talk this out. Or you're toast. What's the power? It's all you. All you. Cancer. All you. The burdens are not on your shoulders here, Cancer. You're imagining the burdens. They aren't there. There's no reason you two can't talk this out. There's absolutely no reason that you two can't sit down. Excuse me. Sit down, have a talk about this, and realize that you two are just hurting each other by doing this. You've got to realize it. You have to realize what you're doing to each other. Or you're toast. What's holding you back? Nemesis is justice. Okay. You want to feel justified in what you're doing right now, Cancer, but there's no justice in this. Have to realize that. There is no justice in what's occurring. You two have dealt an injustice to each other. You two need to sort this out together. Neither one of you can do this without the other. If you two try to do this without each other, it's not going to work. Every relationship has at least two to tango. It takes two to tango, guys. You have got to try and talk this out. Because you two are both this relationship right now is like an open wound. It's bleeding. Cancer, you've got to cauterize the wound. Or it's toast. What's being hidden? Boreas's whisper. Yeah. No. There's changes that are going to come about from this. Things have already changed. The very nature, the very foundation of your relationship has changed as a result of this because you two just aren't talking to each other. And you should be. Neither of you should be this stubborn about this. You have got to sit down and talk. That's all I'm asking, Gemini. That's all they're Gemini, not Gemini, Cancer, sorry. Got that one. Cancer. That's all they're asking, Cancer. They're not asking you to, make a big old grand apology. They're asking you to sit down and talk this freaking out. That's all they're asking. There's no problem. Cancer, there's no problem with you doing this. There's no problem here. You just have to sit down and talk. Can you succeed? The Labyrinth's heart. You finally get to the heart of the matter. You absolutely can succeed if you sit down with them and talk about what's really causing this. Because something tells me this is not your first argument, Cancer. Something tells me this is not the first time the two of you had this argument. You two have argued with each other many times before, and it's been in similar fashion to this, as a matter of fact. What you two need to realize is that these arguments are only hurting you both. And if you allow them to persist, this relationship may be damaged beyond salvation. What happens in the end? Kara's. Oh no. Dear Lord, Cancer. I am so sorry. Haran's passage. So there's one of two ways that could go. Either you two have decided to take a break from the relationship, or you've decided to break it off entirely. I'm very sorry, Cancer. This is not gonna be a storybook happy ending for you. This is gonna be a sad time. Things are not going to get better for a while, I think. It's not gonna be easy, Cancer. This is not gonna be an easy time for you. I'm really sorry. Relationship troubles dialed up to 100. Yikes. When's this all happening? Kirby's message. It's coming down the pike like a storm on the wind. It's not happened yet. So there is still a chance that this could be prevented. The future is always changing after all. All of this could be prevented, Cancer, if you know what to do. But unfortunately, one often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it. This is coming, Cancer. I'd say within the next 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks tops, this is all coming down the pike. And you might not be able to avoid it. And I'm sorry to say this, Cancer, but I smell a breakup on the horizon. This one's gonna hurt. Because you both love each other very much. Alright. Small recap, and then we'll call things quits. So, there's been yet another misunderstanding between the two of you. You two have had a misunderstanding about the future and the present. You two have, argued before like this about, other things, but now you two are divided on, which perspective you should be taking, whether you should be looking at your future more, your present, where you should be grounded more. And you don't want the responsibilities of, looking at the future. You don't have the responsibilities. There's no reason for you to have those responsibilities. Because you're a wild child right now. Cancer. Right now, you're a wild child. You're living in the present. You're living in the moment. You're doing your thing. Everything's good. There's no problems there. You're not looking at the future, because you do look at the future occasionally. You're just not all over it like your partner is. And you want to trust them. You want them to guide you through this. You want to be able to guide them through this as well. But right now, it's looking to me like you two are star-crossed lovers, almost. You two do love each other, but I'm sorry to say this, Cancer. From the looks of things, with all the changes of everything happening, getting to the heart of the matter, you two splitting up, the injustice dealt, the responsibilities, it was never meant to be. This was never meant to be, Cancer. And I'm really sorry to say that. I know how hard that is for you. But in this case, Cancer, it was never meant to be. And on that not so cheerful note, thank you all so very much for watching. And my very deepest apologies, Cancer. My condolences. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, people. 1,000. Big old 4 digits. 4-digit numbers. Wild stuff to me. Thanks for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day. And once again, my apologies, Cancer. Peace.